Welcome to another episode of Clean Slates, Clean Plates. I'm your host, Tamika. So, for anybody who may be wondering, where in the world did Tamika go? Where in the world is Tamika? On Instagram, on my plant-based Tamika Instagram page, this episode is for you. I'm going to be talking about everything and just sharing um, basically what I've been doing for the last 2.5, 3 months. And just, I really have an amazing testimony I have to share with you. God is so, so amazing. And like, He is just so awesome. And now is the time to share it. So, coming back to the Lord and, putting down my life and picking up the cross and following Him moment began. I had a prayer, and this prayer is serious. And I'm going to let you know, if you are willing to make a really big change and you really want the Lord to work on you, say this prayer. So my prayer was, God, I just want to look like a reflection of Christ. I want to look like His reflection, because that prayer is an invitation. And if you're not ready for it, baby, well, if you're not ready for it, He's going to know your heart and He's going to know you're not ready. But ultimately, I said that prayer when I was ready and I had fully surrendered to His will. And when I tell you, the Lord He pulled out that scalpel, honey, immediately and started doing reconstructive surgery on my heart and on my mind. One morning I was reading the Word. I wake up really early and do my best to get into the Word. And before I even opened my eyes, the Lord told me, He said, remove yourself of this world. The Lord ended up showing me exactly what that meant. But I did not realize that it had so much to do with my online presence. With over 130,000 followers on Instagram, the Lord was like, give me 30 days. I need you to do a 30-day social media fast. And He said to me, clear as day, He said, give me 30 days and I will transform you. Okay, God, say less. So I did a 30-day fast. It wasn't hugely challenging. The only thing so this is the honest to goodness truth. The biggest challenge with that was just the habit of going to your phone and opening up Instagram, going to your phone and opening it. I didn't even realize how many times I was doing that without even thinking. And it took I would say well into half of the fast before I started to realize you don't have Instagram on your phone. And just the fact that I was going to it and not even realizing that I was going to the app, that's concerning. So during that 30-day fast, I really just dedicated that time. I locked in. I was in the Word. I was in prayer a lot. And God had already started pruning things for me. He had taken away so much of my income, and God had been showing me look, I'm your provider. He's been showing me that I'm your provider. It's not how great you are. It's not that you can get all these contracts on Instagram. It's not about that. It's about me. So this was just another layer to it, and it was another test of obedience. I returned to Instagram timidly because I was like, man, I've really enjoyed this time away, that sort of thing. My mind was being transformed. So it just seemed like it was so much noise and so much distraction on Instagram. And not just Instagram, just TikTok and everything. So honestly, I didn't even download TikTok back on my phone. I don't even think I have it to this day. Yeah, I realized the addictive nature to it and how it was so distracting, because even before the 30-day social media fast, I would go to my phone and I would be like, why did I just open up my phone while I'm in the middle of reading this Word? So the distractions were there, and it was obvious, and it was so wired to me that I kind of expected the Lord telling me do a 30-day social media fast. That was not a big shock for me. So when I came back, I realized that the Lord was revealing things to me about how I operate on social media and how I react and how I respond. It was really revealing into things that I did not want to I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what the Lord revealed, because when I came back to Instagram, I was like, okay, let me get back into this. Let me start, promoting small businesses, doing all this stuff. Let me share a recipe. Let me do this. And he revealed to me just how much pride and ego I have involved in it. And I like, I didn't like it at all. And I was like, I cannot chalk this up to this is content creator life. I cannot chalk this up to that. This is deeper. I didn't like how I felt like I was almost living a double life. It's like one moment I'm in my best space, trying to be holy, trying to get to that point of, just really being with the Lord. And then it's like I go and open up Instagram, and then I'm doing comparison, and I'm like, I'm being prideful. I have a big, I was just like, ugh. I was like, Lord, I see what you have revealed. And I was like, Lord, I don't like it. So I surrendered. I surrendered it to him that day. And I ended up surrendering it to him yet again in the same week. I came to God 3 times in 1 week, and I surrendered Instagram to him, just basically like how I operate on Instagram and the feelings that were coming about regarding it. And I surrendered it to him. So on that third surrender, I got up from my prayer closet. I went into the kitchen. I probably started trying to make me something to eat or something. And the Lord encountered me. The Lord encountered me in the kitchen. And he said, basically, he was like, daughter, if this is such a big deal for you, and this is such a big hindrance for you in your walk with me, he didn't even command me. He encouraged me. God is so good. He said, he said, I want to encourage you to let it go. Let it go for this. Let it go. Put it down for this season. And I'm like, put it down? Like, get rid of it? Like, I was just, when God speaks, he's so intentional about the way that he speaks, but we tend to overanalyze and overexamine and try to get in front of what he says and try to get like 5 steps ahead of what he's saying. So I was like, do you want me to delete my Instagram? What should I do? Like, I don't know. So I ended up that same time in the kitchen, I went and I grabbed my laptop and I deactivated Instagram for plant-based Tamika. I kept it for clean slates, clean plates, because I'm like, that has such a like small amount of following. I'm comfortable with that. And I know what I'm doing here with clean slates, clean plates. I know it is a partnership with him. I don't feel the same feelings that I was feeling with the plant-based Tamika, 130,000 followers, that type of thing. And so I deactivated Instagram, I deactivated Facebook, I deactivated TikTok. And the Lord was like, you can keep YouTube, obviously, because that's how you're getting spiritually fed a lot when I'm not speaking to you myself. Like God speaks to me through, like just different messages and things like that on there. And obviously that's how I'm coming to you. Like you more than likely are checking this out by YouTube. So I just wanted to walk in obedience, and I wanted to not keep something that was pulling me away from getting closer to him. And I was like, 130,000 followers. To some people, that's a lot. To other people, that's nothing. That's a drop in the bucket. But ultimately, it could have been 60,000 followers. It could have been 10,000 followers. It could have been 1 million followers. I still would have had to do the same thing, because when I prayed that prayer to the Lord, I was being so serious. And that is why God was like, say less. I'm about to get to work now, because I know you're serious. He knew my heart posture. In that moment of that prayer, I was like, look, God, I'm over all of this. I'm finally ready. I had to trust God that he is my provider in this season and in all seasons. He wasn't just watching over me. And God is so good. It's like, he'll reveal these things like pride. He'll reveal these things like your lack of humility. He'll just reveal these things of spirits of fear and all these other things in such a gentle, such a gentle manner. And I'm so grateful for that because he allowed me to end up seeing it, and to in that conviction to make the decision for myself. Like, God is such a gentleman. He's not going to just come up in here and start deboing you and just start. That's the thing, is like, he wants to encourage you, he wants to comfort you, he wants to love you, he wants you to come to him, and he wants you to give your heart to him and to seek his heart. And God was like, look, I know you are seeking my heart. And that's why he just has just been so what's the word I'm looking for? The Lord, oh, he's been so graceful. He's been so graceful through this, and I'm so grateful. Whether you want to operate in it or not, if you just want to operate in the physical world, you're missing so much, because in this spiritual world, so many things are happening. As soon as I just did that act of obedience to the Lord, there must have been an all points bulletin, APB out on my soul, because I swear, um, almost immediately things started to fall apart. I felt like my mind was under attack. I felt like my mind was under attack in terms of like, God, is that you? Am I hearing God? That sounds like, that don't sound like God. It doesn't sound like his character. And the Lord told me in prayer, I'm like, Lord, I don't know what's going on, but I don't like what's going on. I'm not really feeling your presence. I'm not really hearing you a lot. And the Lord ended up revealing to me, like, look, it's a spirit of confusion that's going on right now. Basically, as soon as I realized about the attack on my mind, my mom gets in the hospital. Maybe like a month and a half ago, my mom, she was in the hospital for 3 days, and I stayed with her all 3 of the days. It was, it was kind of like, it didn't surprise me. It's like, I have a friend, I think I've said this before. She says that I brace for impact, because I know that when you walk with him, the enemy is coming for you. So my mom, she got into the hospital for 3 days, and then she was released. And then a month later, my mom goes back into the hospital. And I was actually on my way out of town on a road trip with the friend that says I brace for impact. And we were an hour out, on our way out of town. And the memory care calls me and was like, hey, Tamika, your mom, um, she fainted. And I'm like, what? My mama fainted. Immediately, as I'm like deciphering what's going on, the Lord immediately gives me his peace. I was like, ooh, I was at peace. I was like, God, I already know that you got us covered. She was just in the hospital. She in the hospital again. I understand. It was such a spiritual attack just going on, because first of all, the enemy know I love my mama, and the enemy know, look, I'm going to put everything down. I'm going to put everything down. I brought my Bible. I brought my laptop. I was able to continue to like do my edits, release these episodes on time with the grace of God. And my mom was in the hospital for almost 10 days. I slept at home one of those nights, the last night. I was right by her side in the little jacked up recliner. So here's the amazing testimony part. So the first go round of the hospital visit with my mom, we're in the ER waiting to get admitted. And I get an email from a client from some months back. It was probably one of my biggest clients. And they reached out to me and was like, hey, we noticed that you took our video down. So it's something about the software that triggered it, like, hey, this video is no longer being shared. So they said, hey, we noticed that you took our video down, and we wanted to approach you about paying you for usage. In that moment, I was like, this feels like a trick of the enemy. This feels like a trick of the enemy trying to get me to come back to Instagram so I can get paid. I already know what you want. Devil, get behind me, devil. So she calls me, and I'm like, hey, I just want to let you know, like, I'm totally interested, of the usage, but does my Instagram page have to be activated? And this is what I told her. I said, if it has to be activated, unfortunately, I'm going to have to turn it down. So she got back to me and she said, actually, it does not have to be activated. It does not have to be an active account. The content that you did with us, we just want to utilize that video and we want to use it on our channels for a certain amount of time. And then I was like, okay, so this is not of the enemy. You have to test the spirit, okay? Test the spirit. So it's not of the enemy. And I was like, okay, I think that God is about to bless me. So that's just what I felt, because I like to go 5 steps ahead of the Lord, and I'm trying to release that. I really am trying to stop being like that and just not lean on my own understanding. So I asked the Lord. I was like, Lord, what do I need to charge for this? Because I've never had this type of length of time for usage. The influencer industry is so wonky right now with like engagement and pricing, and I could price myself out or I could like super low ball myself. And the Lord gave me a number. He gave me a range, and I think it was for like $2,500 or $3,500 difference of the range. So being me, that I'm the daughter of the Most High King, the Most High God, I said, let's max it out, Lord. So I quoted this brand the highest amount that the Lord gave me. And this would be the biggest deal that I would get, biggest brand deal that I would get, especially being that it would be for content that I did not have to even create. It was already created. And being the fact that I don't even have to be on Instagram. I don't have to engage with the content, anything like that. So I didn't hear back from them. My husband was like, did you hear back from them? Like, what's going on with that? And I'm like, I didn't hear back from them, but look, God is in control. A month goes by, back in the hospital with my mom. This is the first day of day 9 in the hospital with my mom on the second stint. And I kid you not, we're in the same ER room, and that brand emails me. They said, I'm sorry, we haven't been in contact with you the last several weeks. The client, they want to move forward and they're going to match the amount that you asked. I said, God, Lord, now you cannot tell me that my God is not awesome, first of all, because to give me the biggest brand deal for the smallest amount of work, and I'm not even active on Instagram, when I tell you that you have to have faith, the Lord kept telling me, he kept showing me 111. And I've said this in an episode, I think before, it refers to Hebrews 11:1. It talks about faith is knowing in the things that we cannot see. It's just talking about having that faith. When you are obedient to the Lord and you are walking with him and you are after the Lord's heart and you are out here trying to do right by God and right by his children, with obedience, with surrender, God is like, baby, I'm finna reward you. And that's basically what that was. And he's done so much other than that. But this is just such a big testimony that I just felt like I had to share, because there's so many people that's online that are content creators that think that they've got to do these things and they've got to do this and they've got to do that. And I'm telling you, to actually, it's okay to take your hands off of things at certain times and put God in the center. Put him in the center. You cannot outwork God. You're not giving God room to show you himself. You're not giving God room sometimes to show you that he can be God and that he wants to bless you. I'm so in awe of God and what he's been showing me in this short time. And I really hope that you take from this what it is about the glory of God. It's about the goodness of God. And it's about how he wants to reward his children that obey his commands. He wants to reward you. It's in his word that if you abide in me, I will abide in you. Like if I abide in the Lord, he will abide in me. So basically, he's like, if you do right by me, daughter, I'm going to do right by you. And God is like, look, I know I pruned you of all your finances. I know I told you to give that 6,500. I know I told you to give that money, do this, buy that for that person. And you were down to like bare minimum. And God always made a way. God will never fail you. It's just the truth. So this is the thing though, we have to give him that room and that space to be God, and we have to show ourselves that we can have faith in him. And we need to let go of the control. Let go of the control. So many of control is such an idol for so many of us, and we don't even realize that it is. That we think the Lord told me, he was like, my mom with the dementia, she has been like clinging and holding on to things so tight. It's like I cannot open up her hand sometimes. My mommy is so strong. And so she'll be clinging on to something. And the Lord is like, you are doing the same thing. You're doing the same thing when you're just not allowing me to you're not allowing me to be God. You are trying to control everything. You're just clenching your hands so tight. But God just wants you to open your hands. Open your hands and allow him to be God. Allow him to show you that with faith, he's going to blow your mind, baby. He's going to blow your mind. God has been pushing me to lean into him. And he's just been so good in just the revelation. And I've just matured so much in a short time because I've been so focused on him, just so focused on him in the kingdom, and just understanding that if I put him first, everything else will fall into place. The Lord told me today that he just encouraged me to return. So I do plan to return really soon. Actually, I think I'm probably going to release this video through a collaboration with my plant-based Tamika and my Clean Slates, Clean Plates page. And I just invite you to watch the other episodes in case that you missed them, in case you were not able to see them, in case you're not on my email list for plant-based Tamika, or you're not following the Clean Slates, Clean Plates page. But there is so many amazing things that the Lord is doing in this season. There's things that he does just awesome just all the time, but just in this season, God is moving. He is moving, and I just feel such revival coming, and he's speaking so clearly. And for anybody who does not think that they like, oh, I don't hear God talking, I promise you, it's more than likely because of one of these few things. One, you're way too distracted. He's not able to talk to you. And it's also like, how dare we ask God to like move all these distractions out of the way and be like, look, I'm trying to tell you something. We have to seek him. We have to seek him. We cannot just be seeking all the things of this world and think that God is just going to talk to us and that we're just going to hear it. We have to understand what his voice sounds like. Um, like me as one of his sheep, I can hear his voice and I can understand his voice. We cannot be distracted sheep. To hear his voice and to understand his voice, we need to understand that we got to put down the distractions, and we have to put him first and center, front and center. Something else is, if we are steeped in sin, we may not hear God's voice. God may have like let us go to our own devices at that point, because he probably has sent us sign after sign and tried to talk to us over and over again. And we're just like, God, I'm finna do it my way. I'm finna do it my way. Look, I have been there. Trust me. Look on episode 3, I think it is. So just seek him earnestly, seek him honestly, seek him with your whole heart, and God will speak. He will move. I'm telling you, you will feel his presence. So yeah, so that is basically the story of the whole Instagram hiatus. I don't know what the season ahead holds, but I'm just very excited. The Lord has just been revealing a lot, and it's overwhelming. That's what I've been saying to all my sisters in Christ that I talk to, like, sis, it's just so overwhelming how God is speaking so much and so clearly. But everything is in his timing. Everything is in his timing. So I try to understand that the things that the Lord gives me, and same thing goes for you, is like sometimes the Lord will give you something and it doesn't mean, okay, this got to happen right now, right now, right now. He might just be giving you, like a prelude, like a little preview to what's coming in the future. But just ask the Lord for a listening heart and just stay in communication with him. Just stay prayed up, and you'll just realize that the Lord is just going to start to really mature you when you keep seeking him. When you keep seeking him, you will not be able to stay the same. You will not be able to stay the same. And just ask him to reveal his will over your life, and to reveal what he wants from you, or reveal what he sees for you in your life. Ask him those things, and he will begin to reveal things to you. Like, that's just the way God operates. So I love you so much, and I'm so, so grateful that you tuned in and watched this whole episode. And until next time, yes. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share this episode. Share it with somebody. Somebody needs some inspiration, and I'm sure that this is a word for somebody that you know. So share it, like and subscribe, all the things. God bless you.